Hey guys, so welcome to my first installment of MMA judging, okay? The purpose I wanted to do this is more for the entertainment side, but also to kind of educate more on the perspectives of judging. I know there's a lot of bad judging going along, or questionable judging is what I'll call it. However, I want to take a different point of view of what it is that we do, or look for, or just have some fun, watching fights or talking about fights. So in my videos, this is going to be more of a review or recap of what happened. So let's think of it more of a reaction towards whatever scores might have taken place, or just the fights in general, which, as all of us, we're all fans to watch, be it fighters, training, or officiating in some way or another. We're all fans of the sport and we just enjoy it, okay? So there's different routes we take, but there's some more educated individuals, and then there's some people that don't know, and you'd be surprised. For this fight, we want to go towards the McGregor and Cowboy main UFC event. Just gonna cover the main card only, so it's just the main card fights that you see in the pay-per-view and whatnot. So let's get into my perspective or reactions towards UFC 246 McGregor and Cowboy. We'll go main event and work our ways backwards, okay? So obviously, this was a judge's dream, this whole main card, because all but one fight in that main card finished. All but one fight in the card made it to the third round, or the final round. So it was, just a nice way to kick back, and you didn't need your scores to reflect on anything except for the snooze fest that was unfortunately the Holly Holm fight. A lot of people, like all the fights, you had these expectations of it, and all this build up and lead up, and then you ending up with some boring thing. But more on that later. Let's get into what I had, Connor and Cowboy. It's a 10-8, obviously. Dude knocked them out, within the first 40 seconds or so. So the first minute was done. So in the end, the rounds ended in typical Connor fashion. He exploded out really quickly, typical way he is, and got him with some nasty shoulder shrugs. And I've never seen that in all my fights I've watched. I've never seen something like that. So, that's where it is, 10-8. That's what you would do as a judge. The rest of the cards you rip up and call it a day on that one. So early night for Connor and whatnot. Well, not technically early night because he had to wait a little time, but you know what I mean. On to Holly Holmes. This one was interesting because it was boring. We all get that. But you gotta do what you gotta do to win. So in her shoes, she did her job. Was it pretty? No. It was, let me pin you to the fence and grind it out. Which, here's where I have an argument with. I competed in kickboxing too, and I lost a fight doing the same tactics that Holly did. Yeah, I'll admit it was boring. I for sure lost the first round, but the other two rounds were all me. I controlled that dude, and you know what happened? They gave it to the other one. But here, more educated judges are happening. People are knowing. We're 10 years later since that kickboxing fight that I had. And I was throwing knees like crazy. But here we got her. She just wrestled. She pinned Raquel Pennington into the fence and, called it a day. All three rounds were like that. Close start. I mean, the first round was pretty close, and then, as a judge, you kind of have to weigh it out, because as the fight continues or progresses in the round, it'll start, the scales will start tipping towards one fighter or the other. And in this case, it tipped over to Holly at midway through the first round, and that's why she got a 10-9. She got a 10-9 for me in the other two rounds as well, because started off in the same way on the feet, and then she took control and out-muscled Raquel Pennington to the fence. So that's why I ended up with a 30-27. I was on par with two other judges that were officially scoring it. They were on the same thing where they got 30-27s, except for one judge there that gave an official score of, man, I don't know how. I'm very questioning that. Again, at least two judges, 29-28. She gave a round to Raquel somehow. I don't know how. Maybe he fell asleep while he was judging it or whatnot, but that should have never been the case. It should have been unanimous all the way through, 30-27. Not that whole 29-28 split. That's frustrating to see. I don't know what fight you're watching, but come on. The next one was Maurice Green and the Russian Alexei Oleinik. That was total domination by our friend Alexei Oleinik. He took out the favorite, which was Maurice Green. He just out-wrestled him. That's pretty much what he did. Took it to the ground and did his job. Pinned him, out-grappled, worked submissions all the way through the first round, where, to credit to Maurice Green, he lasted that and he fought through that and survived, and hopefully would have come in strong in the second round, but he didn't. He got taken down again and submitted by an armbar. The armbar round made it a 10-8. The first round made it a 10-9. The reason we're doing these 10-9s is because he could have fought those, you know, so there's still a chance of winning. Moving on to Brian Keller and Ode Osborne. Domination again. It was a 10-8 going to Keller because he won. He submitted him in the first round. Easy fight. Judges go take a break and rotate to the next station. Diego Ferreira and Anthony Pettis. This was a major fight. It was coming on the first round second round submission, sorry. But Anthony Pettis, he was, you know, coming off a loss, I believe from Nate Diaz was his last fight. So he's trying to recover and gain back his momentum. I mean, we're talking about, you know, a former champion. So Diego had more to gain on this, and he gained. He's gonna come up there. He'll fight somebody probably in the lower top 10 now, and I assume slowly progress him up and see where he goes. But it was a great showing from a hungry fighter, and you know, he cinched in a submission win in the round 2. So 10-8 there and a 10-9 in the first round. So good job there. You know, the reason why he got a 10-9 in the first round was he locked in those two. He was totally controlling the whole ring, and then he. Anyway, that's a wrap up of my reactions towards the fight and my unofficial scorings. Once again, I am actually a judge in my state, licensed, but I just wanted to kind of make some more of these videos now and start this little project. Hopefully it was enjoyable in some way or informative, and I look forward to the next fight coming around the corner. Catch you then.